The Ukrainian military has moved quickly to dispel alarming reports suggesting that its forces have been surrounded in the strategic sectors of Pokrovsk and Mitrov, asserting that it maintains a firm grip on key defensive lines despite relentless Russian pressure. Addressing the rumors directly, Yevhen Lasiichuk, the commander of the 7th Ukrainian Brigade, clarified the tactical situation in Pokrovsk, stating that the contact line currently runs along the regional railway and that Ukrainian troops retain full control over the northern district of the city. Lasiichuk emphasized that units stationed in the center of Pokrovsk are actively engaging and repelling enemy offensive efforts, contradicting narratives of a collapse. This pushback against reports of encirclement comes at a critical moment when maintaining morale and perceived stability on the front line is essential for Kyiv's continued solicitation of international support. While the military fights to hold ground, a political firestorm has erupted within Kyiv following explosive allegations by former Ukrainian Prime Minister Mykola Azarov regarding the stability of the current administration. Azarov has publicly alleged that the United States is orchestrating a strategy to remove President Volodymyr Zelensky from power, interpreting recent high-profile arrests of Ukrainian ministers and the targeting of influential businessmen as evidence of direct American intervention. According to Azarov, these maneuvers are designed to fracture Zelensky's power base and force the leadership into accepting painful concessions or facing replacement. These claims have gained traction amidst reports that European leaders are privately warning Zelensky about Washington's evolving approach, signaling deep apprehension in European capitals that the U.S. strategy may be shifting from unconditional support to seeking a forced political resolution. The strain on the Western alliance has been further exacerbated by the release of President Donald Trump's 2025 national security strategy, which has triggered a sharp and immediate backlash across the Atlantic. Officials in Germany and at the European Commission in Brussels have denounced the document, characterizing it as intrusive, factually misleading, and politically destabilizing for the continent. The new strategy, which outlines a more aggressive U.S. posture toward European internal affairs, is viewed by Berlin as a direct overstep of the NATO mandate. German officials accuse Washington of attempting to police European democratic norms and propagating narratives that could embolden far-right movements within the bloc. This dispute marks one of the most serious ruptures in United States-European Union relations since Trump returned to the Oval Office, replacing diplomatic alignment with open friction. As rhetorical exchanges between Washington and European capitals harden, the practical implications of this divide are beginning to reshape the security architecture of the region. Germany has explicitly stated that it will not permit the United States to redefine Europe's democratic standards or influence its internal political landscape, setting the stage for a prolonged ideological standoff. The European Commission has dismissed the premises of the Trump administration's strategy as baseless, signaling a refusal to align its policies with the new directiveness emanating from the White House. This diplomatic role is unfolding while Europe struggles to maintain a unified front against Russian aggression, raising fears that internal squabbling among NATO allies will provide Moscow with strategic opportunities to exploit the lack of cohesion. Compounding the difficulties for Kyiv, key allies are beginning to scale back their financial and military commitments for the coming year. Denmark has announced a significant reduction in its military aid to Ukraine for 2026, with planned contribution dropping to approximately $1.5 billion, nearly half of the $2.6 billion allocated for this year. Danish officials cite the depletion of the country's special Ukraine fund and argue that Copenhagen has carried an outsized burden since 2022, urging other European states to assume a larger share of the cost. This decision is also shadowed by a developing $100 million corruption scandal within Ukraine, which has complicated efforts to secure continued funding. With the European Union already struggling to finance a reparations loan using frozen Russian assets, Denmark's retreat sends a discouraging signals to Kyiv just as battlefield conditions worsen and the flow of resources become more precarious. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. The immediate backlash to Donald Trump's 2025 national security strategy has caused a severe rupture with Germany and the EU, just as former officials warn of internal attempts to remove President Zelensky in Kyiv. With Denmark cutting military aid and the front lines in Pokrovsk under immense pressure, the Western alliance seems to be fracturing from within at the worst possible moment. Do you think Europe has the strength to stand alone and survive this diplomatic divorce from Washington? Or is this the transatlantic alliance effectively dead as Russia advances, and why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on what this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Like the video, share this video with friends and family, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.